Marte, who shoved his glove in Rodriguez's face, which sparked a bench-clearing brawl.
The Yankees-Red Sox rivalry is one of the most intense rivalries in the history of the MLB. Spanning over 120 MLB seasons, the clash between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox keeps fans thrilled. Games between the Yankees and Red Sox are always heated and often feel like more than just baseball. They're battles that fans impatiently wait for. The two teams have met multiple times in crucial postseason matchups, including the American League Championship Series in 1999, 2003, and 2004. The rivalry isn't just about the postseason. The regular season games are also packed with drama. Games between these teams always draw national attention, often being aired on major networks like Fox, ESPN, and MLB Network, no matter where the teams stand in the rankings. But before we dive into their intense clash, make sure to subscribe. Boston and New York City have been rivals since the days before the American Revolution, with the competition between the two cities running deep. For over a century after its founding, Boston was seen as the cultural, educational, and economic leader of the U.S., thanks to its prime location near Europe and its concentration of elite schools and industries. During this time, Boston had a reputation as a refined and clean city, while New York was often viewed as an overpopulated, rougher upstart. However, things shifted in the 19th century. New York's economy surged past Boston's, boosted by the Erie Canal, which made the city a hub for manufacturing, shipping, and finance. New York's rapid population growth, fueled by industry and immigration, helped it become the country's main economic powerhouse. By the 20th century, New York, led by Wall Street, had firmly established itself as the financial capital of the U.S. and even the world. This city rivalry extended into early baseball as well. Boston played the Massachusetts game, which featured 4 bases and home plate in the center of the field. Meanwhile, New York popularized the New York game, which used a diamond with 3 bases, a format that eventually spread across the nation after the Civil War and became the foundation for modern baseball.
72-year-old bench coach ran into Martinez, who tossed Zimmer to the ground. The Yankees would go on to win the game.
Let's have a look at the history of the teams. The Red Sox were one of baseball's top teams from 1901 to 1918. They won the first ever World Series in 1903 when they were known as the Boston Americans, and added 4 more titles by 1918. Meanwhile, the Yankees, originally called the New York Highlanders, were founded in 1903 after buying the rights to a defunct Baltimore team. The two teams first faced off on May 7, 1903 in Boston, a game remembered for its fiery brawl after Red Sox pitcher George Winter was knocked down. Boston went on to win the American League pennant and the 1903 World Series. In 1904, the teams met on opening day, setting the stage for a dramatic season finale. Yankees pitcher Jack Chesbro, who had an incredible 41-win season, threw a wild pitch that allowed Boston to score the winning run and capture the pennant. However, the New York Giants, who won the National League, refused to play Boston in the World Series due to a bitter rivalry between league leaders, meaning there was no World Series that year. The Red Sox wouldn't beat the Yankees in a decisive game again till 2004. The rivalry continued to grow, with memorable moments like the Yankees debuting their famous pinstripes in 1912 during a game against Boston. That same year, the Red Sox opened Fenway Park against the Yankees, who had moved to the Polo Grounds. By 1913, the Highlanders officially became the Yankees. The Red Sox kept winning, securing their 5th World Series title in 1918, while Babe Ruth's pitching streak was broken in that year's series. The Yankees, however, had their own moment of glory when pitcher George Mogridge threw the first no-hitter in Fenway Park history in 1917, marking a rare bright spot for New York during Boston's early dominance. In 1916, Broadway producer Harry Frazee bought the Red Sox on credit for $500,000. Although Babe Ruth was a star player, Frazee grew frustrated with Ruth's constant demands for a higher salary. After a disappointing 1919 season, Frazee, needing cash to finance a Broadway show, sold Ruth to the Yankees for $125,000 and a $300,000 loan secured against Fenway Park. While the popular tale says the money went to fund the musical No No Nanette, which actually premiered in 1925, it's clear that Frazee's financial struggles led to the deal. Ruth's departure marked a turning point for both teams. The Red Sox, once the most successful team in baseball, would not win another World Series for 86 years, while the Yankees started building their legendary dynasty. Ruth became the face of the Yankees' powerful lineup, known as Murderers Row, and led them to 7 World Series appearances and 4 titles during his time in New York. This was the beginning of what became known as the Curse of the Bambino. though it wasn't just Ruth's sale that haunted the Red Sox. Frazee, who had a strained relationship with the American League president Van Johnson, found himself with limited trading options. As a result, he made several deals with his friend, Yankees owner Tillinghast Houston, selling key players like Wally Schang, Everett Scott, Carl Mays, Wade Hoyt, Joe Bush, and Sam Jones to New York. Even former Red Sox manager Ed Barrow joined the Yankees and became instrumental in building their dynasty. Scott, a former Red Sox captain, went on to captain the Yankees, becoming the only player ever to hold that title for both teams. These trades left the Red Sox in ruins, finishing last in the league 9 times in 11 seasons, while the Yankees thrived, setting the stage for decades of dominance. From 1920 to 2003, the Yankees dominated baseball, winning 26 World Series titles and 39 pennants, while the Red Sox managed just 4 pennants and no World Series wins during that time. Every time the Red Sox made it to the World Series, in 1946, 1967, 1975, and 1986, they lost in heartbreaking fashion, each time by a 4-3 series score. The Red Sox often found themselves finishing second to the Yankees, doing so 12 times, including painful stretches in 1938, 1939, 1941, 1942, 1949, and the late 1970s, as well as every year from 1998 to 2003. In total, the Yankees had a better record than the Red Sox in 66 of those 84 years, leading some to say the rivalry was more like a battle between a hammer and a nail. The Yankees only finished behind the Red Sox twice, in 1986 and 1995, showing just how lopsided the rivalry had been during this era.
Didn't matter what time of year it was just electric. The anticipation, the animosity, the excitement.
After the Red Sox sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees, Ruth wasted no time making an impact. Just 2 years later, he set records in one of the greatest seasons ever for a batter, leading the Yankees to their first pennant. But the Yankees lost the 1921 World Series to the Giants after Ruth got hurt. The two teams met again in the 1922 World Series, which would be the Yankees' last at the Polo Grounds before moving to their own stadium in the Bronx. On April 18, 1923, the Yankees opened Yankee Stadium against the Red Sox. Babe Ruth hit the first home run there, earning the stadium the nickname, "the house that Ruth built." And the Yankees went on to win their first World Series that year. Throughout the 1930s, the rivalry saw moments like the Yankees trading for Red Ruffing, who went on to have a Hall of Fame career. There were also fights on the field, like when Jake Powell and Joe Cronin brawled in 1938. By the 1940s, Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio were the stars, with Williams batting 406 in 1941 and DiMaggio setting the record with a 56-game hitting streak in the same year. The teams nearly traded their superstars, but the deal fell through. The rivalry continued to heat up in the 1950s and 60s, with dramatic moments like Red Sox pitcher Billy Rohr almost throwing a no-hitter at Yankee Stadium and numerous fights between players. In 1961, Roger Maris of the Yankees broke Babe Ruth's home run record, and the Yankees continued their dominance. The 1970s saw intense clashes between Yankees catcher Thurman Munson and Red Sox catcher Carlton Fisk, as well as memorable fights and tense games. The defining moment of the 1978 season came when the Yankees overcame a 14-game deficit to tie the Red Sox for first place. In a 1-game playoff at Fenway Park, light-hitting Yankees shortstop Bucky Dent hit a shocking home run over the Green Monster, leading the Yankees to a 5-4 win and a spot in the playoffs. The Yankees went on to win the World Series, further solidifying their dominance over the Red Sox during this era.
Their captain had confronted a Yankee All-Star.
The 1980s were a tough decade for both the Yankees and the Red Sox, as neither team won a World Series. The Yankees lost in 1981, and the Red Sox famously collapsed in 1986. Both times they lost after being up 2-0 in their series. The Yankees' loss in 1981 marked the start of their decline throughout the decade, while the Red Sox's heartbreak in 1986, especially Game 6's infamous Bill Buckner error, fueled talk of a curse. Despite not winning championships, the rivalry still had its moments. Yankees pitcher Dave Righetti threw a no-hitter against the Red Sox in 1983, and in 1986 he set a record with 46 saves, breaking a major league record at the time. The Yankees' Don Mattingly and Boston's Wade Boggs often battled for batting titles, highlighting the intensity between the two teams, even when they weren't directly competing for the same playoff spots. In the early 1990s, both teams struggled. The Yankees hit rock bottom with one of the worst records in the league in 1990, while the Red Sox won their division. The rivalry took on a new twist with the idea of the curse of the Bambino, popularized by Dan Shaughnessy's book, which blamed the Red Sox's failures on the trade of Babe Ruth to the Yankees. Yankees fans regularly taunted the Red Sox with chants of 1918, referring to the last time the Red Sox had won a World Series. The rivalry was reignited in the mid-90s when both teams reached the playoffs in the same year for the first time in 1995, though both were eliminated in the first round. The Yankees then surged to dominance, winning the 1996 World Series, their first in 18 years. By the late 90s, the Yankees were on top, winning titles and making blockbuster trades, including acquiring former Red Sox star Roger Clemens. In 1999, the rivalry reached new heights as the Yankees and Red Sox faced off in the postseason for the first time, setting the stage for future intense matchups. In 1999, the Yankees and Red Sox faced off in the ALCS for the first time ever. The Yankees, the defending champions, had home field advantage and took Game 1 on a walk-off home run by Bernie Williams. They won the first 2 games at home with big 7th-inning comebacks. The Red Sox's only bright spot came in Game 3 at Fenway Park, where Pedro Martinez dominated, striking out 12 in a 13-1 win against former Red Sox ace Roger Clemens, now with the Yankees. However, the Yankees bounced back, winning the next 2 games and clinching the series before going on to sweep the Atlanta Braves in the World Series. The next year, the Yankees handed the Red Sox their most lopsided home loss ever, winning 22-1 at Fenway Park. Despite their struggles late in the season, the Yankees still held off the Red Sox and went on to win their 3rd straight World Series. In 2001, both teams shared a moment of solidarity after the 9/11 attacks, with Red Sox fans showing support for New York. But the rivalry quickly heated back up, with the Red Sox labeling the Yankees the evil empire in 2003 after losing a bidding war for pitcher Jose Contreras. In the 2003 ALCS, tensions ran high, highlighted by brawls between the teams and dramatic moments on the field. The series went to Game 7, where the Yankees came from behind to tie the game in the 8th inning. Aaron Boone's walk-off home run in the 11th inning sent the Yankees to the World Series. The following season, the Red Sox and Yankees faced off in the ALCS again. After going down 3-0, the Red Sox staged a historic comeback, winning 4 straight games to stun the Yankees and advance to the World Series, where they swept the Cardinals. This incredible comeback ended the curse of the Bambino and gave Boston its first championship in 86 years, cementing one of the greatest moments in baseball history. Then came the rebirth of the rivalry. At Yankee Stadium on April 3, 2005, the Yankees and Red Sox faced off for the first time since the dramatic 2004 ALCS. Yankees fans taunted the Red Sox with signs like, "The curse of 1918 is finally over. Let the new curse 2090 begin," projecting the next Red Sox championship to 2090. When the Red Sox received their World Series rings a week later at Fenway Park, the Yankees showed their respect by applauding. Red Sox fans gave Yankees closer Mariano Rivera a standing ovation despite their usual boos for Alex Rodriguez, who had struggled against Boston the previous year. Rivera responded with a smile and a tip of his cap. The Red Sox won the game 8-1. In the offseason, the Red Sox acquired Josh Beckett, who had previously shut out the Yankees in the 2003 World Series, while the Yankees signed Johnny Damon, a fan favorite from his time with Boston. Damon received a mixed reception when he returned to Fenway Park. The Yankees then completed a 5-game sweep of the Red Sox at Fenway, with the second game being the longest 9-inning game in MLB history. In 2007, the Red Sox swept the Yankees at Fenway Park for the first time since 1990, and Roger Clemens returned to the Yankees, helping them close a significant deficit. However, the Yankees couldn't win the division as the Red Sox claimed the AL East. The Red Sox went on to win the World Series against the Rockies. In the 2007 offseason, Alex Rodriguez's agent Scott Barras announced Rodriguez's decision to opt out of his contract during the World Series, which stirred controversy. In the 2008-09 offseason, the Yankees signed Mark Teixeira, which was seen as a blow to the Red Sox. The Yankees and Red Sox continued their rivalry, with the Yankees winning a record-breaking 31-run game in August 2009. Both teams made the playoffs, but the Yankees went on to win the World Series. From 2010 to 2012, the rivalry continued with notable moments like the Yankees sweeping the Red Sox at Fenway Park in 2011 and the Red Sox celebrating Fenway Park's 100th anniversary in 2012. The Yankees also made headlines by acquiring former Red Sox players like Kevin Youkilis and Derek Lowe. In 2013, the Red Sox finished the season with the best record and won the World Series, while the Yankees did not make the playoffs. The 2014 season saw the first trade between the two teams since 1997. In 2015, the two teams played a marathon 19-inning game, and the Yankees won the season series. The Red Sox's Boston Massacre 2 sweep in 2016 helped them clinch the division. The rivalry reignited in 2017 with the Red Sox winning the division and the Yankees losing in the playoffs. In 2018, a brawl between the teams and a playoff series where the Red Sox defeated the Yankees 3-1 sparked more drama. The Yankees and Red Sox played 2 games in London in 2019, with the Yankees winning both. The COVID-19 pandemic shortened the 2020 season, and the Yankees dominated the Red Sox in their meetings. In 2021, the Yankees traded reliever Adam Ottavino to the Red Sox and later acquired Garrett Whitlock. The season ended with the Red Sox winning the wildcard game against the Yankees, adding another intense chapter to their storied rivalry. Their rivalry has also led to some unbelievable incidents. The rivalry between the Yankees and the Red Sox has sometimes led to serious violence. In May 2008, a Yankees fan from Nashua, New Hampshire, found himself in a tragic situation when he was arrested and charged with reckless second-degree murder. This serious charge came after a heated argument outside a bar, which was sparked by the intense rivalry between the two teams. Later in 2008, the tension continued when a man driving a car with New York license plates was targeted in Massachusetts. Locals, suspecting him of being a Yankees fan, pulled him from his car and brutally beat him up. The violence was a direct result of the heated feelings between the fan bases. The following season, during the final series of 2010, the rivalry led to more trouble. Boston police arrested a Yankees fan who had stabbed a Red Sox fan during a confrontation about the teams. That is it for this one, but if you happen to like MLB Legends, make sure to check out our latest videos on our channel, Baseball Icons. I'm sure you will love it. Oh, and while you are at it, drop a comment telling us who to cover next, and don't forget to subscribe.